All right. So we've seen what was the other one called? Was it it's not any
All
percent or any
it was
percent,
any percent, no major glitches.
no major glitches. So what do we have now?
We now have 100%, 100% all keys 1cc, which I would describe as beat the game as intended as quickly as possible.
And this is an hour and 20 minutes, so this will be split into two.
It'll
But
take presumably this should take us the rest
right, of
of
the
the
night.
stream.
Yeah. As in we should have just been able to do this in one night, Brianna. Why didn't we just do this in one night? Anyways, I'm gonna press play. Um,
Well, perhaps it's because we're not simple, dude. This is also him.
Try
I just want to
a
say
slower kill.
yeah, it is the same
every
person. I did notice that.
every single category except okay,
Oh?
wait. There's a few categories that he doesn't have.
Oh,
There's
okay.
about so there's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. There are 12 categories um of Zelda 2 speedrunning.
Okay.
He has
kill
dude has 9 of them.
That was the slow.
That's
He
a
does
lot.
not have 100% no major glitches.
Stab.
He does not
Wait, I thought
have
that was
New Game
oh,
Plus.
I see.
And he does not have New Game Plus, no major glitches. Every
New
other
Game Plus.
category,
Damn.
he has the top spot.
Huh. New
It
Game
does seem
Plus,
like-
how hard is that one? How long's that one?
New Game Plus is 9 minutes.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like
Affect the pattern.
the quickest because you're starting
Let's see.
from you've already beat
Yeah.
the game, so you already have all the shit.
Oh.
So it's New Game Plus. It's even faster. But New Game Plus, no major glitches is 34 minutes. So technically they're faster, but they're a little bit less popular, it looks like.
Yeah.
The most popular and most active right now is Any Percent, which has, a new record as of 22 days ago.
Right, and it was a big
versus-
record.
It was a pretty big record, yeah.
What was it?
Or it was a
before,
few
you were
seconds
saying?
of a record.
Oh, really?
Sorry?
I thought it was like the one that was 16 minutes. I thought this was like revolutionary in terms of like a newly discovered change.
That's a newly discovered change as of like 2 years ago. That's like the glitches that they're using were discovered in 2020.
Okay, and it just so happened that the video we watched was like a week before we watched it.
Yeah. It was just they've been iterating on this particular strategy for like
For 2
a
years.
few years, and particularly in the past few months have like really brought it down. It started out at like a 16% record, and now it is at 14 minutes 22 seconds, which is the run we watched. That
Routing
seems the
and
most active
running.
category right now. Yeah, routing and running and stuff, exactly. But this,
does that mean?
none of that is going to be here. This
Is that a
all
speedrunner
keys.
term?
What?
Is that like a routing, running, and stuff? Like, is routing? What is routing?
So routing in terms
oh, you
of
mean like
speedrunning-
routing out the path?
Yeah,
Like,
planning a
finding the
route through the
route.
game, determining what is the fastest route in the game. It's the like,
Is it route?
people at home
say
checking all the
route
different
or
routes
route?
you can take. Sorry?
Do you say route or route?
I say route.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you say?
I think I'd say route. Am I alone in
Interesting.
this?
I think a little bit. Listen,
Just
I
me.
don't often think I've not typically thought about how people say route versus route. However, a few months ago,
It's route. Thank you. Okay.
yeah, it is in some other English speaking places, but I know that like a few months ago, Pokemon Go released
Damn.
a feature called routes or routes, however you want to say it.
Getting back to
Um,
their routes.
Yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
sure I jumped at the right
Um,
person. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
Sometimes it just
yeah.
doesn't work.
That's true. Sometimes it just doesn't work. I'm glad to hear speedrunners say that. Does it fill you with like?
It does.
Does it make you feel better, Claire?
It does.
Yeah, that's fair. It would. It would. That makes total sense. But because I've watched some Pokemon Go content and Pokemon Go people, I've seen the majority of people calling it the feature routes rather than routes, which makes me believe that most people call it routes. But I don't think there's anything wrong with calling it routes. I just think that it is probably the less common way.
Huh.
Yeah, probably there are some specific American accents and UK accents that call it routes. I prefer to call it routes because I like saying words differently from other words. Genuinely,
I like chaos.
I like the way in which it is not confusing. Genuinely.
I like to cause problems on purpose.
That's so valid. And, you know, no one ever talks about how valid that is, but it is so valid.
Thanks.
So this is truly just
We're just
how to
watching
beat
the
the
game.
game
Yeah.
fast. We're just watching a fucking perfect
really
playthrough of the
good-
game.
Yeah. Just like
Played how God intended, and by God I mean Nintendo in this case.
Nintendo God.
Yeah, played how Nintendo God intended. Nintended. Played how it's Nintended.
Right, always routing.
At the
I don't think I'd
highest-
say rooting. I'm not rooting out
Come
the
on,
way to
man.
the store. You know, I don't think I'd even say rooting. I think I'd say
don't want to
pathing
reset
before I'd
it.
say routing or rooting.
Well, in speedrunning terms, they call the paths that they take routes, which would be funny to say, or pathing out a route.
I think they should do it. I think they
Type
should.
of guy who says pathing out a yeah, I'm pathing out a route.
This is
I'm
very
planning out a
essay.
scheme.
You don't want to
Uh,
repeat the same word in the essay, so you.
Yeah, I'm looking at a site. I'm
Horse.
Hey, it's Horse Guy. Hey, he didn't fight Horse Guy last time.
No,
Did he?
horse guy got forgotten. No, as far as I remember.
Wow.
Route. I think I'd say route. Yeah, Route 66. Route 66.
Would you say Route 66
I
or
think
Route
I would
66?
say Route 66. Yeah.
I would say Route
Yeah.
66 as well, I
That
think.
good, but
But that's because of the
Whatever.
song.
I don't know what song that is.
Route 66.
All right. Cool.
It's a
That
song called Route
explains it.
66.
That explains it
It
for
is,
me. Thank you, Brianna.
Yeah, it is by... Who's it originally by? Because I know the Rascal Flatts version because it was heavily featured
Okay.
in Cars.
The movie
the-
Cars.
The movie Cars.
Great. There's a
Get
song.
Your Kicks on Route 66 is what it's technically called.
Oh, Americana.
Um,
Okay.
It's originally by Bob Troop, I guess.
Don't know.
And then it was made very popular. Wait, who actually? Oh, was it Rolling Stones who made it popular? There's been a
sense.
lot of. This is a very common song. A lot of people have done a lot of covers of this. I'm learning this now. Learning so
Yeah.
much tonight. Yeah, a
Say
bunch of
there's
Americana
a
and
lot
stuff have
of-
sung this.
Routes to go with this song.
Sorry. Cars is just bad to Wong Fu. They're the same movie.
Long Fu. I haven't heard
To
this.
Wong Fu with
movie.
Love is a movie that is about like a bunch of drag queens who basically their car breaks down and they kind of get stuck in this small town.
Okay.
I did start watching it once. I did not finish it because I was not in the right state of mind for it at the time. But
Okay.
it's like, you know, it's an interesting movie. And Cars, it does have the same basic plot. Yes.
What is the plot of Cars again? Remind me.
So,
He
Lightning
wants to win a
McQueen
race.
is on his way to the race that he's gonna win and prove he's the best and better than everyone. It's
Right.
inherently superior to everyone because he's a cool race car.
Of course.
And then he gets stranded in Rascal Flats, A small town out in the middle of nowhere off Route 66. Oh, I said Route 60.
Oh.
Yeah, I said Route 66
Damn.
intrinsically. Off
Damn.
Route 66 that was disconnected from Route 66 and therefore lost all its, like, you know, place in society, pretty much.
Sure.
Because in a car-based society, being on the main road is important. So you can have, like, livelihood as a
Good to
town.
know that the boomerang guys are just annoying.
They're
Period.
just inherently
They're just-
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Lightning McQueen learns the love of a small town and the love of Mater and also
Mater.
Sally.
Is it Nader or Mater?
Mater.
Mater.
Toe Mater.
Oh.
Toe Mater.
No.
No, that's his name. No, that is his name. His name is
I
Toe
believe
Mater.
you.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. You should, like, prepared for Patrick Swayze, Johnny Legs, and Wesley Snipes and Permadrag the whole movie. That part of it whips. The part that I was not, the part of it that I was not prepared for was some of the, like, 1990s of it.
Oh.
At the time. I just was not in the right headspace. I think it's a good movie. I just was not in the headspace for it.
Yes. The 90s.
Yeah, but yeah, the start of the movie is a tie in a contest. That's true. Both of them they've tied in a contest. Obviously, Lightning McQueen, it's a race, and they got to get to this race to do the tiebreaker. And then they get kind of stuck in this small town
Right.
and have
Okay.
antics.
All right. I see the connection. Do they also go and win eventually? That's the thing about Cars, right? Is he wins, right? He still wins.
I've not watched the whole movie. I couldn't tell you.
Wait, Cars?
No, I haven't watched To Wong Fu with Love. I
meant Cars.
have seen Cars. He does go and win, yes.
Right. The moral of the story is if you get lost, other people will help you achieve your goals for you.
Genuinely, that is the plot of Cars, yes. That is the moral of Cars, Claire. You say that like it's a joke. No, that's what Disney wanted you to pick up from Cars.
Just go into any neighborhood and just be like, I really need your help to achieve my goals. End of thought.
Yeah, and they'll love you.
And they'll help you. They'll beg to be your friend. They'll be sad when you're not their friend.
Well,
Anyways, Disney is a good company, obviously.
Yes.
It's about acceptance and love and family.
No, that's talking about To Wong Fu.
Oh.
Has a good moral that is nice
Yeah, okay.
about acceptance,
Alright,
love, and family and shit. Yeah, this makes sense.
Oh, we're at the
to me.
bridge. We're at Bagoo.
You know Bagu.
Oh,
you know
do
that
I
motherfucker?
Bagoo. Let me tell you.
I know that guy. We've met.
God.
Yeah, they did cram all three drag queens into one anthropomorphic race car, which I also think is an incredible sentence that I don't know if that sentence has been said before.
Has to be.
I kind of hope it's also been said in a completely
This is the
different context.
speed run. We have recorded proof of the speed run of saying that sentence.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, shoutouts to this. This is very impressive.
It's so just watching the like timing.
Yeah.
I say right before one of the few mistakes. Oh damn. You hate to see it. This is what happens. I feel like one mistake just gets you out of the rhythm.
Yeah. Out of the rhythm. You can hear the sigh, the big sigh of
yeah.
The thing that's so interesting to me is this is a world record run.
Yeah.
Look
this
at
is still
splits.
the best.
Look at the splits.
God.
This is not a good run so far, and I can like
But,
feel the
jumped
frustration
over
in his
the
voice of being like,
and then bot.
well,
Just
yeah, I'm gonna
reset.
keep doing it, but like maybe I should just reset, you know?
Mm,
And it's gonna be a world record run.
yeah.
That's if you want to know what the appeal is of watching world record speedruns, it's seeing either as like the person like just keeps getting better and better and higher and higher, you know, better and better splits
Number go
throughout the
up.
run. And seeing the number go up and seeing the kind of anticipation growing in the chat and like all of this stuff is very cool to see. And the other one is seeing at the start of the run where the person's like, oh, this is a fucking dead run, and knowing, ha ha ha, no it isn't. Ha ha ha.
Fool.
I know, because I'm from the future, that this is going to be a good run, but you do not, because you are in the present, and you are the person doing the accomplishment.
Fuck you, you're gonna have a good day.
You're gonna have a good day, and I know, and you don't yet, you motherfucker. And that's the appeal of speedruns. Specifically watching a world record speedrun. I admit I have not watched so many speedruns like in stream. Have not got in the stream and watched many speedruns.
Right.
I bet that like the community and the camaraderie and the like, you know, seeing someone do incredible things and talking with that person and stuff like that. I'm sure that that is the appeal of that side of it. I like watching from the future and knowing.
The vibe I
Knowing
get
what
is
will
it's very
be.
chill. Like the comments are very, like not. It's not a lot of like, in terms of like what would happen on a big stream. I feel like, there'd be like a lot of activity, but it's very much just like chilling out with people vibe.
Yeah. Also, yeah, like there's a lot of
from getting hit so much.
yeah, he is not happy about his performance so far. 13 seconds behind his personal
Ooh.
best.
That is, yeah. I can see how
Yeah.
that
Zero
would.
encounter plus 13. That's crazy.
Yeah,
You heard it here first.
fucking crazy. So like it's like
They probably didn't hear it here first if they watched the video.
no, definitely last.
Yeah, no one
Definitely
can
you
watch
heard
the
it
video
here
after we
last.
do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna delete the video. And then we're gonna delete this video.
But no, yeah, the vibe in a chat can be very different depending on the
The streamer.
speedrun. The thing that's always incredible to me about a lot of especially like bigger streamers who do speedruns is when they are able to at the same time be 100% like up in the chat conversation
Oh my
while
god.
also running the game at like the highest level I've ever seen in my life. Like that's the thing that gets me is watching a world record speedrun and seeing this very active chat and seeing them like keeping up with the conversation or like having their own conversation while they're just doing things I can't imagine doing.
Yeah. I see the appeal. Do you want to read too long?
Yeah, I'll
the
read it in a
Tuwonku
sec. The last thing
history?
I want to say is
Okay,
like
yeah.
the other thing that's interesting in a speedrun is when they stop reading the chat. There is a point in a lot of these runs where they will realize, oh shit, this is a run. This is a real run. And they will stop looking at chat because they are focused on the run. And that's
I
always,
like that vibe shift.
That's a magical kind of special thing to see. But in the chat, Fen says, one of my favorite bits from the Tu Wong Fu history situation is that Swayze wanted the role, was told he wouldn't be believable as a very manly hunk type role actor, so he dressed in drag, walked around New York City in full girl mode with like the casting director or someone to convince them that he could be a woman, and it worked. Yeah, it's so I love this. I love the like that level of being like, no, I want this movie. I want this movie this fucking bad. Iconic behavior, frankly. Fen says, it's wild. I used to watch a person do Dark Souls speedruns and the guy would just full on conversation the whole while. It makes it make more sense that during GDQ runners talk during their runs. Yeah, 100%. It's just wild. But you have to think about like, imagine you're doing this for 8 hours a day, you know?
Oh yeah.
And it's something you love doing, but like streaming it makes it way more tolerable and way more fun. Like people have always done speedruns. Yeah, there was a Link doll there that you never got.
You didn't save
but
all the
that's-
Link dolls. What about the children, Brianna?
You already saved the child. Do you forget the moment where you picked up a child like an item?
But What about our children? Our green-hatted children.
The children of Link who are also Link. I mean, I guess that is the lineage. That is the lineage. You know? That's how it works.
And somehow it doesn't make sense at all. In
Yep.
any way.
Nope, not
Don't
at
worry
all.
about it.
Don't worry about it. But no, like, you think about doing it for so long, and like, people have always speed run, but like, you used to see a lot less activity before the era of streaming. Because as soon as you could stream your runs, I think it got more fun to do because you were hanging out with other people.
Yeah, yeah, genuinely. Like, I was trying to play Dark Souls, and, like, it wasn't even the difficulty that got me. It was like, as you have seen, I am fine with brute forcing my way and learning by doing something repeatedly. But if there's no one there, it really takes a lot for me to stick with it, because it's just like, I could be doing something else.
Yeah, totally. I mean, gaming, there's lots of games I like to play solo, but I'm always like constantly thinking about like, oh, I want to talk to someone about this. I want to engage about this thing with someone. And so that would make total sense. And also, like, a lot of speedruns take a long time. I mean, this is a speedrun that takes an hour and 13 minutes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
You're not going to
true.
be in, like, 100% focus mode the entire time. You can't, because you're doing, like, 5 of these runs a day, you know?
God, and it's only 5.
Right. Oh, one of the wildest speedruns I've ever watched. I had to watch it. I watched it over the course of weeks. Because I would like put it on like in the background at work while I was working on the kind of a mindless task, or like while I was doing something else, chores or something like that.
You can just say you're watching videos at work, Brianna. It's fine.
No, they're gonna know. They're gonna know. I'm gonna have to go on strike, which I already am gonna have to do on Tuesday. That's fine. It's all public. On Tuesday, my work is striking. That's all I'm gonna say, and that's all I can say. We're striking in solidarity with
Strike that from the notes. Why don't you? Okay,
yeah,
Go
we're
on.
striking in solidarity. To be clear, it's someone else who needs a new contract, and we cannot cross a picket line.
Are you allowed to be sharing this?
Yeah, I'm allowed to be sharing this.
Oh, okay, all right.
I there's some things I can and can't. I've told
Yeah, I
you
figured.
things that I cannot share publicly, I believe.
Well, no, you didn't. This never happened.
Never happened. But no, the teaching assistants and research assistants union at my workplace is striking because they have very reasonable and basic demands the university has categorically refused to even negotiate on. And so yeah, it's strike time, baby, starting on Tuesday.
Cool.
Technically the strikes have already started, but just at the other campuses. It's gonna get to my campus starting on Tuesday.
Thinking of like, I mean, mentally the connection was like universities and political actions. DUC, the Disability United Collective that I'm part of, they published their petition 2 days ago now, on the 26th.
Yep.
And
Hey, straight baller? Yeah, thanks.
yeah, yeah. Listen
Straight
to
ball.
the streamer. That's
Straight baller, thanks. Obsessed with the person. There's a person in chat who's just named Sweden. Incredible. What a
Sweden
get.
has
What a
joined
get,
the
frankly. As a Twitch username having just the name of the whole country is
Sweden has
incredible.
gone live.
Sweden has gone live.
Dang, dude.
Oh, I just want the Sweden to decide to do Twitch streaming and have to buy the username of this guy.
I don't know. They might be very neutral about selling it.
That would be Switzerland.
Yeah, they might be. That doesn't change that they might be neutral.
You know what? You're right. Maybe Sweden would be very neutral about it also.
I'm saving
Anyway.
myself.
Big hello
Hello
from
from
Germany vibes. Yeah. But no, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, strikes. But no. one of the longest.
Is this just acting out Hatalia in the Twitch chat? I've never seen
Die.
Hatalia, but I feel like I've just damaged people psychically.
Die.
Wow.
I've never watched Natalia either, and I feel like I was just damaged psychically. So I don't know why you're out here re-traumatizing people who watched Natalia.
Sorry, what was that?
I don't know why you're out here re-traumatizing people who watched Natalia.
What are you calling it?
Natalia? I've never watched it. How would I know how it's fucking pronounced? I have done everything in my life to keep myself as far away from that
This
nonsense.
Is blessed. This is a blessed existence. Yeah.
Is it Natalia? Is that?
I think so. I'm not gonna even Google it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm done thinking.
You don't want
about
that
it.
on your history?
I don't want it. But
Oh
I guess
yeah, the speedrun that I was gonna talk about that I watched once.
Oh yeah. Can I quickly pitch the petition?
Yes. Talk about the Access for All petition.
Yeah, exactly. It is called Access for the number 4 all. So if you type Access for all, and Duck DUC Disability United Collective into Google, you'll probably find it. They're looking for signatures right now. There's like a lobbying week coming up.
You may want to talk to them about their website.
Like the
first
like-
result on Google leads to a 404 page, but there is a website page that works. So they may want to look at that.
Can you just post that in the chat?
I can't right now, but I will post it in your chat, in our chat.
Oh, in our chat. Okay.
I'm not connected to my work stuff right now.
Oh. Wait, I'm confused.
I'm posting the link to the link that works in our Twitch chat, and I'm posting to you the 404 page that doesn't work, so that you can take that to Duck.
I see. Yeah.
But I cannot
there's
post
a
it
few
in
pages. There's been like discussions, I will say, internally about like you know, ways to get more help and whatnot, but yeah, there's not a lot of people on like the website side of things, which I would love to help them with if I had time. So I don't know if you.
In fairness, we don't even have a distinctive website, so.
Yeah. Anyways,
y'all
thank you
doing
for posting that. Yeah, I would check what the requirements of signing it is. If you click it, I would assume it says it, but also I don't know why you would have to be a student, because you could still want accessible education.
Yeah, you could, and you should.
Anyways,
and you do.
That is the pitch.
I'm mind controlling people now and telling them they do
you
want
do.
accessible education.
Yeah, I mean, you do. I was explaining this today to someone. I was boothing, for them a bit.
You were what?
I was rooting for them. No, I was boothing. I was sitting in a booth and
Oh, you were tabling. Okay, we call it tabling.
tabling. Yeah. Do you pronounce it tabling or booth?
I should pronounce it tablinga. Tablinga.
Booth. Yeah, I was boofing.
I was boofing.
Sorry, were
Don't
you borking
say
with them
you were
or
boofing ducks. Do not say you were boofing duck. Do not.
Oh, I'm dying.
Boofing for
dying.
duck is awful.
Do you want to talk about the speedrun?
Yeah, I would love to. The speedrun that I was saying that I've watched, that took me several weeks to watch it, is the Breath of the Wild 100% speedrun.
Oh my god.
So this includes every Korok. This includes,
Still be green.
this includes every Korok, every, armor, and, here, let me list out for you. Yeah, I have it up. So let me show you everything that is required. Okay. So you can't use DLC. This is no DLC.
Okay.
All container upgrades, all 120 spirit orbs from shrines, all heart containers from divine beasts, complete the adventure log, 15 main quests, 42 shrine quests, 77 side quests, obtain all 18 memories, 100% map percentage counter, all individual 900 Koroks from their source, all locations, all shrines, all towers, all key items, Sheikah Slate with all upgrades, sensor plus, bombs plus, stasis plus, paraglider, all champion abilities, all Kilton medals, all
Sorry,
horse
what-
bridles and
oh.
saddles, Hestu's gift.
Wait, Kilton.
Um,
Kilton's in the game?
Yeah, Kilton's in Breath of the Wild.
Why did I not know this?
He gives you medals if you kill 40 Hinox, 40 Talus, and 4 Molduga.
That's probably why I never did it.
Fair enough. Confidential envelope received after completing your compendium. All permanent weapons, so currently only the Master Sword. All permanent fully upgraded armor, which means champion tunic must be 4 stars. Zora helm, armor, and greaves must be 4 stars.
Thanks.
Cap, tunic, and trousers of the wild must be 4 stars, and you must get the thunder helm. Now, this speed run, 100%, you get 2 sleep breaks. Is the way that this category works, because
Oh my
it is
God.
otherwise
Impossible.
otherwise impossible. It's actually 3 breaks. You get 3 breaks. Runners are allowed
Well, I
to
just
pause the
wanna
timer.
note, thinking of splitting, we are now in the negatives. Like, we're now ahead.
Oh wow,
as
he has
far as-
really
Yeah,
he
brought
has
it back.
really brought it back. But no, the way that this speedrun works, runners are allowed to pause the timer and have a break from the run. Maximum 3 breaks within an 18-hour pool. After the 20-hour mark and every 20 hours after, the runner gains 3 extra breaks and 18 hours added to their pool. So
Okay.
you get 3 breaks for every 18 hours, basically.
Wow. How
And
do you
doing
do
this
this
run.
at home and prove it? Because I feel like there's so much going on in this stream to prove that what is happening is actually happening.
What do you mean? Sorry?
Like, there's a video of the console to show it's not an emulator. There's, like,
Yeah.
on-screen buttons to show that what is being done is correlating. Or, I don't know, just because it's interesting. I don't know if it actually changes anything. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Yeah. I mean, different games have different ways of determining cheats. The way that most moderation in speedruns works is it's people. It's people going through, sometimes using tools like stuff like that, to check and make sure there's no splices, to make sure that there's no like mods or anything like that. Splices are the most common form of cheating. Because most
But if
people
there's a
who
splice on the Breath of the Wild one,
so a lot of the methods of how they determine splices are not known to the general public, so that people cannot try to work around them. But some of the ones that are known, for example, is the music won't 100% line up. Like if you go into the audio of the thing, you can see a distinct break, even if it sounds like it lines up. Or things like certain little tiny cuts that are supposed to be like that you can just tell by certain pixels and stuff like this. Like there's very particular ways of finding this out. And it's gotten better over time. There's lots of like stories of people who had cheated on speedruns and had been like in kind of high up in speedruns or held world records for years, that then like 5-10 years later it was determined they were cheating.
oh my god.
Because someone noticed something and went to the mods, and the mods looked at it and were like, huh, using our contemporary technology, we can actually see the splice here.
Wow.
Because most people who cheat at speedruns are good runners who want to be great runners.
Right.
They're people who are really good at the game, but maybe lack the consistency to do it all in one run, so they splice together some things.
I see.
Or they have their runs, they have a third of a really good run, right? And they have a third of the second portion of that run and a third of the third portion, right? And of course, most of this was done before there was streaming, because it's harder to cheat when you're streaming.
Right. Yeah. It's live, or
yeah.
theoretically, you can.
I also
recorded video.
Yeah, but then it's harder to act like you're playing it if it's like recorded. So then you have to act like you're playing it. A lot of the time they'll show button inputs, or they'll show like on the stream, or they will show like the person with the controller in their, they'll show the hands of the controller. And part of that is for making sure that people know that they're not cheating. But part of that is also because that's just genuinely cool to see when someone is like mashing buttons like you can't believe.
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, what the fuck just happened here? I was looking at the controls, like, yeah,
amazing. It's cool.
Also, but the fact that this person's playing on a CRT, like, I know, like, that makes sense. But yeah, it's just it's also just neat.
Yeah, I don't know why they've chosen a CRT specifically.
I assume it's a CRT.
No, I think you're right, but I'm curious why. I don't know. I know why Melee's played on CRTs, for example.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know why speedrunning would be done on CRTs. I'm sure that there is like a very
largely the same reason, I imagine.
Probably, yeah. Anyway, do you want to guess how long the 100% Breath of the Wild speedrun is?
All right, you get 3 breaks, and they're probably...
The breaks don't count towards your time.
Right. I'm just thinking, like, how would you treat someone in a humane way where you split up what the expected time is, you know? I'm gonna say 30 hours.
You think 30 hours for the 100% speedrun?
6 days. Oh my god. Like cutting out the time.
Right, cutting out cutting out
the time. Yeah, cutting out break time. Do you still say 6 days, Fen? If you're cutting out the break time? Yeah, I'm also, big game. It is a big game. I'm curious what the current Tears of the Kingdom speedrun
there was
is like.
good run last week.
I don't know because I have not finished Tears of the Kingdom and therefore have not watched the speedrun yet. But I will look up what the 100% of Tears of the Kingdom like time record is. I'll look that up in a sec. The 100% world record for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it was a good while.
100% is
except for that
15 hours, 25 minutes, 45 seconds.
It's actually very impressive.
It's incredibly impressive. The way that they are doing this, they're doing like these frame perfect tricks to get across the map just hundreds of times. And it's incredible. Like they're doing the kind of double bomb thing that is like used in Breath of the Wild to do speedrunning. They're using it just hundreds of times. It's incredible. Also incredible is all of everything that's happening right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, there's consistent patterns.
Yeah. There's consistent patterns. It's confirmed consistent patterns.
A game of consistent patterns.
So there's only been one 100% run for Tears of the Kingdom so far. They have not done 100% much yet. That has not been developed very much.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's like it is a big enough game that like even though it's now been
the encounter converges on Link for the encounter skip instead of random crap.
I don't know what is being said. Do you know what is being said?
I don't. I was a little bit out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom bigger.
Yeah. So like I don't think they've done the route yet for 100%.
Right.
Yeah. Because currently the only run
not the stabs, but
is
the
1 day, 14 hours, 3 minutes and 10 seconds, which is still incredible for Tears of the Kingdom. Do you happen to know the any percent? Sorry, yes.
The streamer was actually talking for like the first time in the video, like consistently.
Sorry, I apologize for speaking over the streamer here.
Yeah, how dare you? This is a guest.
Can't hear us, but we can hear him. Yeah, so the only like speed run that's been done for 100% in Tears of the Kingdom was done in 1 day, 14 hours, 3 minutes, and 10 seconds.
God.
Which is still impressive, but like makes sense why that
Yeah.
is not like, you know, been
Here, instead of
routed, yeah.
stabbing, I'm gonna read the sign.
Instead of stabbing, gonna read the sign.
Yeah, fair enough.
What does that mean?
Dunno. Maybe you have to read
See
the
how
sign and
they
people
just coded
accidentally
Link
stab it.
correctly.
Sure. There's stabbing happening now. I
Mhm.
never thought to do this here. Like, I was consistently doing this in the graveyard. I figured this out, like, kind of. But I never thought about doing it anywhere else.
Is there pause buffering happening? Is that
Yes.
how he's able to get out of this?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, no, this is not like the stream glitching at all.
No, I figured
That
as much. I was just
close.
curious.
Lost a little bit of time.
Lost a little bit of time getting one of those encounters.
Too much dodging.
Or too much dodging. Okay, it was from too much dodging.
What is pause buffering? Like on the surface, I feel like I understand. But is there like a deeper, more technical understanding of it?
It depends on the game, but
That makes sense.
like, you know, you are trying to like hit the pause button rapidly to make things progress to only a certain point, or to cause a frame perfect thing to be easier. That's like typically the reasons used for pause buffering.
Okay. So it's not like when you pause the game at a certain time, something gets changed, and so now it's just like so you as a human being can do it.
Yeah, basically, like that would be like one of the uses of it for sure.
Wow. This is a lot of numbers down now.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's-
guess I don't
it's-
know where P4 is. I guess Palace 4, that's what it means.
That would be House 4, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you happen to know what the world record right now is for Tears of the Kingdom?
I thought you just read it.
No, that was for 100%.
Oh. Oh, for like any percent.
No, yeah, do you want to know what the any percent world record is?
Is it 3 minutes?
No, it's not 3 minutes.
You never know.
You never know. It is 43 minutes and 47 seconds to beat Tears of the Kingdom, which is
Yeah, that's actually impressive
shorter
'cause- yeah.
than no major glitches.
Was that a
this.
mistake?
That was not a mistake. That was for sure getting back here faster.
Damn, a whole life is spent here. Amazing.
Yeah, just for ease. just for quickness.
ease. Someone determined that. Like,
Yeah.
that was where you need to die.
Yeah, Fen pointing out in the chat with pause buffering, there's busted games where the enemy isn't coded to like retain its direction towards you coming out of a pause and stuff. That is true. That is another use for pause buffering.
Yeah, because it's reinitialized. That's a yeah. Always save your
Yeah.
game state.
You gotta use pauses to manipulate and to destroy the game developers.
Pause buffering to own the libs.
Pause buffering to own the devs in this case.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, our call-in's in 15 minutes, so we will.
Yeah,
need
I
to
guess
take
we're
our
about
break soon.
halfway done. Do you want to... Let's take a pause at the next split. I'm learning terminology. We're all learning
at you.
together. No, everyone but you and Fen has never watched... Oh, what was that pause for? A speedrun before.
I think
I mean...
setting a different spell so that when they come back, they can use the spell immediately. Or,
Two
like, when
lives
they
are
need
spent
to
in
next.
this palace.
Gotta do it.
You gotta do
They'll
it.
probably grab a Link doll at some point. I mean,
Yeah.
that was like 2 Link dolls worth, you know?
Yeah.
the amount of lives that a speedrunner has is different from the amount of lives that a casual player has. I don't know if there are casual players for Zelda 2. I don't know how you could casually play Zelda 2.
I know what you're saying. I want to agree with you, like, emotionally.
Yeah.
I think I'm.
I know
with you
that it's a
emotionally.
distinctive term.
Yeah, and I'm taking it literally because I have to take everything literally or I'll die.
That's that. That's that cool neurodivergence.
Yeah, it's normal. Don't worry about it.
No, I get you. I get you.
Saw a game demo where if you're holding down a direction when you pause, you kept moving while paused, and you're gonna be launched forward at high speed coming out of the pause. That makes sense. So you're basically building up your momentum or velocity. I know Mario 64 does this, or does something like
Yes. Yeah. I really like the terms that sometimes come up in speedrunning. Like, one of the crucial terms in Super Mario Brothers 3 speedrunning is building up your P speed.
Okay.
Which is reasonable because it's like, it is about, like, you want that P meter, the meter that has P at the end of it to go up so you zoom across the map. I need to Google. It's the letter P. It's the letter P.
Yeah, but sorry, what game?
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, sure.
I'm posting an image for you in the Salt chat.
Sure, okay. I see.
But the meter with the letter P on it, the P speed
Yeah.
meter. You want to build up your P speed. And that's not a joke. You get the, like, Twinkle Toes music when you get to P speed. Yeah, you want to get to that music. You want to build up your P speed. That's what the game is about, is building up your P speed.
To get Twinkle Toes music.
Claire, I have a question for you in terms of speedruns.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched a Super Mario Brothers speedrun?
I don't think so. No, there are very few games of which I've watched speedruns. I think Hades was the most recent before this.
Hades is great. Hades' speedrun is great. Also, shout out to the 64 Heat run that was recently.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that wasn't a
completed.
speed run. That was just a heat run. Just a
Which,
speed
like,
run.
64 Heat run, incredible job.
That was last weekend.
It was not last weekend,
it's
actually. That was a few weekends ago.
Yeah, how dare you, person.
That was actually a few weeks ago.
All right, let's this. There's no easier way to do this boss. Amazing.
It's just random.
This fight is
I-
killing the run.
This fight is killing the run.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, because he's gonna get a world record at the end of this. But, you know.
But it's killing
Man, that
the
could have
run.
been a lot better.
Could have been a lot better.
Could have been a lot better.
Yes.
Could have been a lot worse, though.
Could have been a lot better though, Brianna.
Okay, why don't we take our break
Yeah.
now, then?
Second save
Alright,
there or
Okay,
something.
we'll pause
we will
here.
Pause.
And we will
take a
be
break.
back for the last part of this run, and for me to tell Claire about Super Mario Brothers speedruns. But also for Claire to talk about speedruns that she has watched.
Yeah. Oh god, now I need to like think about this.
Think about it.
I'll work on my P speed and think about it.
Okay, sounds
All right,
good.
be right back.